Crown Tundra is a cold, barren place filled with legendary Pokemon, a giant tree, and a small town that was precious not abandoned due to the location and the fact that nothing grows there. I'm a Pokemon trainer who beat Pokemon Shield with only Gift Pokémon, and I wanted to take a trip to the place and explore it. So, I opened Pokemon Shield, the only reality that matters, and get awarded the Master Ball for my victory over Leon. So before my trip, I go to get the catching charm just in case. Once I get there, I meet a girl with daddy issues, and since I'm a young guy who ditched his family and become a champion, I support her yelling at me. Now I have to beat his dad, named Peony. Peony, I think. I'm actually not sure. As you can imagine, Abomination's low kick swept the guy into stereotypes. After the battle, he finds out his daughter was gone and panics like any loving father would, and I follow him into the cave and have a dynamic adventure. Now, the rules are stated: I cannot use items in battle, but held items and Pokeballs are fine. I can only use Gift Pokemon, but not legendaries, and I cannot use the daycare or the Pokemon camp. So, technically, I can use a Pokemon on Dynamax Adventure because an NPC gives it to me. Is it a bit of a stretch? Yes, it is, and it doesn't mean that I want to do it. So I try to sabotage my team. That took 5 freaking minutes. Next, go to Freezington. I wrote Frizzington in my script. I think that was autocorrect. And talk to Peony, who gives me 3 legendary clues and a Master Ball. So now I have 2 Master Balls. So after a little wandering around, I stumble into a temple that Peony tells me is where one of the legendary giants sleeps. Let me run through all the legendary giants, or titans, or Reggies. Regice is a frozen ice golem that's a terrible shiny. Registeel is a steel giant, who's the one I found. Regirock. The new giants are Regidraka and Regieleki, who are very different from the original. I can only imagine that someone walked in one day and said, "You know what, guys, let's just make the Regis do circles." Before I go act Registeel, that's not proper grammar, I buy a bunch of Ultra Balls and take on my first Crown Tundra legendary Registeel. Or Registeel. I don't know, these guys are really weird. I accidentally killed it the first time. Damn it.
Defiant statement. There is nothing you can do to me. Do your worst. Revolting.
I try again, and this time I low kick it and Dragon Pulse and use the ancient power, getting it down to Red Hell. It took only 3 Ultra Balls. These legendary Pokemon have a catch rate of 1.5, which, if you didn't know, is the lowest catch rate of anything. Most legendaries and the bottom line do have this catch rate, so I got super lucky. Because it's only snowing in the 3-point pass, I catch a living snowflake with either a happy or angry face, I can't tell, and an Ultra Ball faster than I caught Registeel. That means slower. God, my script sucks. Now, I can take my amazingly named living snowflake that either has happy or angry face, I can't tell, to battle Regice. Regice? Regice? I think the proper pronunciation is Regice, but that sounds stupid, so I'm calling it Regice. And I caught it at my first Ultra Ball. That was lucky, it only had 5 HP left. I got to Turffield and get an Everstone to get into Regirock's temple. Regirock killed Abomination and an Onion Turtle before I caught it. That was the closest I've gotten to blacking out in this challenge in a while. I head back to the 3-point pass to open the door to the split decision ruins, since now I have all 3 legendary titans. I can't use them, but I have to have them in order to enter. I can choose either Regieleki or Regidraka. I want to make this as hard as possible, so I choose Regieleki. Regieleki is an electric type, and 2 of my Pokemon are weak to electric, so he can knock me out really easily, and in my experience, Regieleki has always been the hardest to kill. He knocked us out slower than I thought he would, knocking out Onion Turtle and Gecko in only a few minutes. Like 2 minutes each. And then I caught him with the Elastic Steel and the Green, completing our first legendary trio. I now go to the big tree over in the Crown Tundra, where I see some flying things flying around it. I head over to the Isle of Armor to wait for Moltres, one of the legendary birds. Moltres is just KFC, on fire, Articuno is a frozen bird, and Zapdos is a thunder... Wait. Those aren't the legendary birds. What is it? Oh! They're the Galarian legendary birds. Oops. Okay, so Galarian Moltres is an edgelord of Moltres. Articuno spent too much time with Uxie, and Zapdos has been going to the gym lately and looks pretty good. So in the Isle of Armor, I mess around with the other Rule 34 magnet, Lopunny, until Moltres says hello. I send out Lily, the one true light, to both resist Moltres' dark moves and to deal super effective damage. I don't actually attack it, and I hurt it with hail until I got impatient and started attacking it with ice shards. Then I get one shot with Hurricane. Well, that went a lot different than I thought it would. Then Meowstic is able to hit it once with Throw Chop, and I started throwing Ultra Balls until I realized I need to switch to Abomination so I can tank its +6 special attack. But it didn't matter because I caught it in the first throw. That was an interesting battle. Next, I go over to the wild area at my old friend to have a race with Galarian Zapdos. The first battle was horrible, as I poisoned it, so I had to soft reset. The next battle, I got a critical hit. Gecko, stop doing this to me. Zapdos does take Gecko down, so I send out Bond, James Bond. Bond isn't weak to Thunderous Kick, as that's not an electric move, it's fighting. Bond was able to witness the catching of the Pokemon that never skips leg day. This is like my 4th, 5th attempt at doing this voiceover, so if I sound a little annoyed, that's why. I got really confused with where Articuno was going, but I did find it in my first attempt in the battle. I accidentally killed it. Damn it. The next time I got too low, but I underestimated how much Lily's hail damage would do to it, and accidentally killed it again. Third attempt, and after an ancient power, it clicked. I got the brilliant idea to swap to Lily early so that hopefully it wouldn't die from hail damage. That was the right call, since it had very little health left. I ended up catching it without any Pokemon fainting, and the birds were done. Now that that's done, I go tell Peony about it, and I notice a wooden thing he calls a pillow, even though it's wooden. I decide to take his pillow, that's pillow with quotation marks around it, and slap it on an old statue with some super glue, and see a strange creature that seems to resemble the statue. I go over to investigate it, and I decide to challenge it to a battle. Question mark, question mark, question mark seems to be weak to dark, so I assume it's a psychic type, and another Throat Chop takes it out. Peony comes to investigate the loud sounds, and the thing took over his body. Question mark, question mark, question mark seems to be able to speak through him and tells us his name is Calyrex. He claims to be the king of bountiful harvests. People apparently don't believe in his existence. I've been there, so I try to cheer him up by asking him if he's okay if I spread the word that he exists. No one believes me, so I go and tell him bad news. But I do go and grab some carrot seeds to eat later. Calyrex tells me that I need to get some more information from the mayor of Freezing Tim, who isn't home. Good. so I had to go find him in the wild as he's checking the crops to see if anything's growing. They aren't growing. After story time at the mayor's house, we talked to Calyrex, and he remembers his loyal seed, and we need some vegetables to lure it. Good thing I got my carrot seeds. It's almost like I knew that he's going to need the carrots. I stole my dinner. Go over to a slippery slope, and he does this weird dance, and honestly, this is an amazing scene. Love it. Calyrex's dance only makes one carrot grow, and we spot a frozen horse running towards Freezington. Calyrex claims that this is his loyal steed, and of course, I have to deal with it. Pokemon is called Glacier. Glacier? I'm gonna call it Glacier. And I lead with Meowstic. It's faster than me, so I couldn't two-shot it with Power Gem, but an ancient power from Abomination took it out. Glacier runs off somewhere, and Calyrex tells me to travel to Frozen Mountain and place the carrot to lure it in the Crown Shrine. But first, we need the mayor to craft a Reins of Unity. But the mayor doesn't do it. He can't. He doesn't remember how to. And then Peony charges in, originally to tell the mayor that the hot water in the shower isn't warm. And he makes it himself. God, I love Peony. He's the best character in DLC. So we give Calyrex the Reins of Unity, and he hops on his Glacier and tames him once again. Now we have to battle Mounted Calyrex, the final boss of the Crown Tundra's main story. Seems intimidating. Maybe should I lead with a stab move? Will I do more damage? I don't want to kill this thing. I don't want to kill him. Maybe I should throw an Ultra Ball? Of course I wouldn't battle a thing. With Calyrex caught, we go talk to Peony and his daughter, who I now remember the name. Well, I probably would have if she actually paid a more prominent role in the story. Who is ready to go on one of the adventures Peony has. But we already did all of them, so Peony and her go to the Max Lair to look for some legendary Pokemon. On his way out, though, he dropped a strange paper, and it looks to be a legendary clue that he never gave me. But he wrote it in a weird and sort of creepy way. I wonder what it is. Maybe he can give us some answers? I hope.